IGL talking crazy trash to the other teams, keeping his own team mentally in it, really transformed into this, I feel like, all-rounder.
I think the key when you're looking at the HyperX map select, though, is that Team Liquid have got to get out to a good start here. I love the second map pick from T1 of Split. I think that puts Team Liquid in a bit more of a difficult position. And who the hell knows what's going to happen on Haven? You got no clue. So I think Team Liquid have got to come out really strong, really early. And that's difficult when it's, for some of these guys, your first ever time in a situation like this.
I'm so excited for this match. This, I think, going into it, on paper, should be the highest.
But then you started to see the likes of Gen G really start to pop off. Players like Meteor and Munchkin finding those moments of greatness and success. And on the other side in EMEA, as we were talking about before, a region historically known for that slower pace, taking their time. But this is like a new generation. Exactly. It's a new generation of talent across the board. But I do want to give the flowers to T1, fellas, because talk about adaptability. Talk about constantly evolving the playbook to keep up with the sign of the times, and it just so happened that it all just fell perfectly in their lap sideshow.
Yeah, this should be their tournament to at least be favored to do better than they've ever done before. But you say that, they've already won a tournament in the past T1.
That's right.
It's a crazy situation. They're coming in here more favored than they were at Bangkok, where they walked away with a trophy. I love the call that you alluded to earlier, Wyatt, where you're saying that this is just going to be teams throwing haymakers at each other. One of the focuses for me is going to be on whether the Minibu Neon can outvalue the Jet pick on the other side on Breeze. Because I think the Jet Yoru is what we would consider to be a bit more standard. It's been the meta on this map and been extraordinarily successful for teams like Furia, for Gen G, those kind of squads. And yet, Minibu Neon is the win con for Liquid.
It's the fact that you have just so much freedom with that Agent Neon that you want to slow things down a little bit because you need to. You can really play carefully, but then when you need to actually burst speed through, you have that option. Yes, you can do that with Jet, but with Neon, it's clear it just tailors the Minibu style, and that could be dangerous for T1 to have to deal with.
Absolutely. When they're going to be on that attack side, you are going to be terrified on all of these early rounds. You are susceptible to double duelist pushes at any given moment. It feels like Liquid do that genuinely 12 out of 12 rounds when they're on defense. It's double up duelist, Camo and Minibu. They are sending it on an extremity, sending it down mid. It doesn't matter. They're sending it, man, and you have to be terrified.
Quick question, though, for both of you. Sideshow, start with you. Does Team Liquid have the ability to slow it down, though, in case things get a little bit too crazy?
We haven't seen it from them yet.
Do they need to?
It doesn't mean that they can't do that, but on the defense side, as Wyatt's saying, they have been getting most of their value out of increasing the tempo and catching people off guard. I think there is something to be said, even as we discussed with G2. G2 were going up against another team that likes to play fast for the first time because they were getting outside of their comfort in Americas. I think you could say the same here for Liquid. They don't play against teams regularly who want to match their tempo.
Yeah, I feel like they have been able to do that on attack sides, but when I saw them being able to
bring it back
when I saw them being able to do that the most effectively, though, it was on Bind.
Yeah, like, I mean, their Bind is amazing.
Yeah, like I'm thinking of them playing against Fnatic on Bind when they qualified, and they were struggling on attack when they were just continuing the crazy pace into those early rounds. They were losing, and then they slowed the tempo down, and they did win an out. But Bind is banned for a reason. It's because they're goated on that map, and T1 wanted to get rid of it.
Which is crazy, because it's probably T1's second, maybe third best map
they
anyway.
Look great on it.
And they decided to ban it because they're like, we do not want to play into Nats on Bind.
Yeah.
So I think then the question is, what does the rest of your pool look like, and can you get these younger, inexperienced players with a good speech to kind of settle the nerves a little?
Ain't that the truth, brother? Of course, we don't want to let everyone know there is a small delay on stage. We're getting it sorted out. You know, want to make sure that everything is good to go and the server is up. So we'll stick with us for a little while as we continue the conversation here. And of course, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you use those hashtags VCT as well as Valorant Masters. Get involved in the conversation across whatever social media platform you want, because we want to know from you who you think is going to win. Sound off in the chat right now. Who you think is going to win? T1 or Team Liquid? Make your voice heard. But as we continue this conversation forward here, Wyatt, I do want to bring it back to the experience. I think that it does need to be said that you're walking into a shark pit in this scenario. A shark pit that's very deep underwater, and you're just hearing noise above you nonstop because of all the human beings that are surrounding them right now. It is going to be a touch
overwhelming. You're painting a colorful image. I see what you're talking about. I see the vision.
See the pit.
You see him on your screen right now, though. Meteor, you're talking about experience, 2-time trophy winner against Nats, same roles head-to-head. I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm showing you my vein. Inject it into it.
Oh, excellent.
That's what I want to see.
Excellent.
2 of the all-time GOATs going at it, man.
Why? Put a Band-Aid on that. Good Lord, put it away. No, but seriously, though, yeah, you're right. You do have veterans on that side. If anything, I'm looking at T1 in this situation because for me, that's what I always go back to. Yes, you can go into the plays. Yes, you can go into the strats. But the reality is everyone's got a plan until they're punched in the face. Well, and there could very well be a lot of haymakers and punches that we're talking about.
Yeah, there could be. I think there'll also be adaptations required, and that's where the coaches will come into play. And this is a new coach compared to, I mean, if we're talking about differences compared to Bangkok, where they lifted the trophy, well, that was with Autumn, who's now coaching EDG.
Oh, yeah.
Now they've brought in KDG, who is a former Overwatch coach who's now joined the team, used to coach T1 Academy and had a huge amount of success there.
Yeah,
Gets spoken of pretty highly here. And so I'm interested to see if that mix, alongside Munchkin, can give them some outs that they might otherwise have struggled with in previous tournaments. But I go back to it again. I think Team Liquid need to get onto a running start here on Breeze.
And there's what you were talking about, Wyatt, the
running
difference
start?
of the Jet and the Neon.
They are on defense. It's time to run. It is time to sprint down the map.
Works.
And on T1 side, the Jet, I mean, always going to be awesome to see Buzz on just his OG agent where he made a name for himself years ago, joining up with DRX. Yeah, we are set for an absolute banger here.
And like you said earlier, Nats versus Munchkin on the Viper. So you get that IGL head-to-head, experienced players, people that have been able to get a huge amount of value before. And Meteor, I'm sure, is going to be able to add a little bit of spice into the mix of that one, too.
Oh, yeah. It is.
We'll pick up the Viper elsewhere, too, for like the direct head-to-head against Nats, which is sick.
Yeah. And in terms of how the smokes work, the fact that Team Liquid are running the Omen gives them much more opportunity to increase tempo sometimes. With Paranoia pushes on defense, you can control a main with that. You can play on top of boxes that otherwise Meteor wouldn't have access to. So don't be surprised if Wayne ends up actually racking up some big, important rounds here.
Yeah, does Wayne continue to have the clutch gene at his first Masters event? Does he carry that over? And at the same time, Izu, I think on the best run of his career, can he carry that over into this series off the back of a great kickoff?
The stage is set. We are ready to go for the first pistol round. Let's have the casters who are going to call all the action. Here's Achilles and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, GB. Oh boy, what a series this could be. Already opened things up. G2 versus Paper X. Now T1 versus Team Liquid. The desk was talking about it. So much veterancy, so much experience across both of these squads. Who's going to come out on top? I have no damn idea, but I think we are in for one hell of a series.
I am so stoked for this one. Some OGs of the VCT who squared off against each other all the way back in 2021 are doing it again. You know, Nats played Munchkin when Munchkin was on Crazy Raccoon. He played Buzz and Stax back when they were on Vision Strikers. So things a bit different this go around, but it's awesome to see some of the old heads. That's
straight into it. Izu off to the races, able to find Miniboo. Wayne at the same time, taking down Meteor. So kill going to be found on the extremities of both of the sites. But Purpo and Wayne doubling up here as Buzz and Izu now going to be struck down. Nats getting himself involved, and now it's just Stax. Sheriff in hand has been good with it, but not today, not on this round. Team Liquid very quickly take the opening pistol.
That's a big one for Team Liquid because T1 was really good on pistols as the kickoff wore through in Pacific because they were starting to just win them. RRQ learned that the hard way. This right here is great. I mean, exactly what the desk is talking about. You're seeing them push extremities. You're seeing them be confident, take some of those one-on-ones. And sometimes Team Liquid will spread the map here on Breeze. They're not always just going to send it down. A lot of times they'll hold back, especially when they got better guns in hand, and try to take some longer range fights. This time around, just a little bit of a mid push. Wayne trying to use the wall. Somehow.
For some damage there, sees the entry from the Jet. Camo here at backside, will be able to take down Buzz, but does eat a good amount of damage. With Purple there, covering fire, able to find Meteor. Stack's gonna be healed back one as Wayne will fall, but as widely should go the rest of the way for T1, but Stacks again, last one standing. Does have a recovered weapon in his hand, has to go for the reload as he tucks away. Swing of the pillar, headshot bound, and it would be an ace clutch, and one of Monsters wanted that. They're gonna face together, but Stacks isolating and destroying! An ace to tie it up! Stacks! What an unbelievable clutch!
You have got to be kidding me!
It's astounding.
He has just been getting better and better. The beginning of kickoff for Stacks was so rough. I mean, he had some real stinkers, to be honest, but that is vintage Stacks right there.
And the desk was talking about it, Wyatt mentioning how Team Liquid needs to hit the ground running. They do so with the pistol, but they end up jamming us. Stick right into the spokes of their bicycle. Falling over his Meteor now, trying to take this opening contact, but Mini Boo, okay. On for his own, finds 2 kills, his Buzz will fall. Munchkin able to recover the weapon. Juggling these back, getting him passed over. Spray takes Camo down low, 34 HP, Stacks at risk. A drone gonna be going through, and Munchkin dead. Camo finds Stacks, and oh boy, they're right back on the bike. And this time it's T1 eating the pavement, flat on their faces. Izu similarly needing an ace, as we are already into chaotic territory. Double stack set up around that corner. Izu gonna take the time to grab the orb, wants to get even closer to that dimensional drift. Grabs up the weapon, they'll hear the swap, but of course the spike is still a world away. And clearing all these angles is impossible. Still does well to get the one, but it's gonna be a MasterCard thrifty for Team Liquid to trade it right back.
And there you go. This is exactly what you're gonna get from Team Liquid in some of these rounds, especially on an eco. They're gonna wanna just stack up and hit the gas. And oh, Mini Boo. That is a beautiful flash to set him up too. Meteor tries to go wide and Mini Boo's having none of it. Yeah, and the timing there off of the back of the drone.
Let's go!
Woo!
Peeking those mics, but you cannot blame him.
No.
Excited to see it. As do we just continue this dance? This back and forth. There's a hero rifle here. There's a couple ultimates for T1.
Exactly. That's what I was just thinking. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a drift invested into this round. See if you can get Stacks, that Hunter's Fury, get a kill, pick up another gun. Buzz has got that hero rifle. You can get some extra firepower on your way in. Absolutely worth doing, but I like as well what I'm seeing right now from T1, being a little bit patient, making sure that Team Liquid isn't going to double down on that aggression that we saw in the previous round. It's on everybody's minds, the way they've been playing recently, the way that they were able to use that aggressive style to get the 3-0 over Fnatic. Here we go, Buzz. Big entry coming up here, but they're gonna hold the ult, it looks like.
Yeah, winning forward, not sure if he got the spot on the way, but either way, drops down off of the box, and Buzz turns back to be able to find that opening kill. Up and over the top of the half wall, Izu finds Camo, and I think it might be happening. Plant now to come in, Stacks, there is no deep flank. If he can get out onto a wide angle, that Hunter's Fury is open season. 2 weapons now recovered, Mini Boo getting tagged. Gonna walk his way forward, but he's playing up close with this outlaw in hand. Buzz just trying to continue to disguise this position at the wall. The swing in though, Buzz will be taken down. Purple with the elimination. So still just staying quiet, gone on red. Looks for the first, finds it, gets the second for the 3K, and the readjust for the 4th. As the pendulum swings, T1 ties it up 2-2.
Izu has been incredible as of late. And his patience pays off. Buzz, a beautiful entry. That's exactly what you're gonna need here for T1. That selfless dive play, getting that first kill. Something that Buzz has been very good at throughout his career. He's been very rock solid when it comes to internationals, very consistent in his play.
And if this does continue, I mean, it's just a game of chicken between the coaching staff. Who decides to pump the brakes to try to get that second round consecutively? Camo, he's looking to just go ahead and continue this swing back into their favor. Finds Izu. Hero of the previous round now dead on the floor.
And this is going to open up some space for Miniboo. He will start to push if he doesn't sense any pressure. He's baiting for contact too. And there's none coming, so wouldn't be too surprised here. He starts making his move pretty quickly. Although it's hard to read. Last round, T1 very patient, sat back for quite a bit of the round. So for now, he's just starting to make his move. T1.
And we're watching on that deep angle. It's going to be some damage exchange, but Camo taking the worst of it. Tag to 56, Wayne holding close, Stinger in hand. Stack sends out the drone, could undo this position. 46 seconds remaining on the clock. T1 still keeping things quiet.
Gonna have to clear this close corner. It's gonna be the danger man is Wayne.
Recon at the ready, Camo skirting forward, getting closer and closer. Trying to set up this 50-50 angle perhaps. Stars now being placed, looking for the concuss on the corner, the push coming in. Wayne able to hold his own for one, but Buzz turns back, finds that elimination. Now Camo needing to try to hold the line, but no, Purple arrives at Arches, finds Buzz, and it's just Meteor left to his own devices. The trade backs shall continue until morale improves as Team Liquid will get themselves a third round win.
This is just all off the back of that first pick. You get that kill onto Izu, and it opens up the match so much for Team Liquid, where they can just hold the line at those crossfires. Even with the Nova Pulse to try to clear a corner, still pretty clean there for Liquid to thwart the entry. So I think as T1, things are looking a little bit off kilter. You've had to rely on some pretty big hero plays to get where you're at. They're going to be ready for this mid push out. This is pacey.
Well, Meteor has been identified here, all alone, isolated, and picked apart. Miniboo finding the kill, and now Team Liquid very well know what is going on. It's just T1 putting themselves forward onto the B site. 4v5 at the post plant, and Camo does have that ultimate available. Hunter's Fury's gonna come in, gets the first hit. Munchkin getting tagged up, now at risk, just dancing around the pillar, but cannot escape. Nowhere to go. Meanwhile, two players playing from Arches. Izu finds the timing, turning back and catching Wayne off guard.
Stack's in danger here. Is he going to be ready?
Oh, no, not at all. That's now striking in from behind. Now it's just down to Buzz and Miniboo. Arriving at the spike, turns back, gets himself the 3K, and at long last, the team will be able to win 2 rounds in a row.
Well, I'm very curious, though. I wouldn't mind a timeout here from KDG for T1. The new coach steps in from their academy team. Tons of success in Korea that KDG have. He's been slowly but surely ramping up with this new team that he's joined. I wouldn't mind, yeah, a pause of the timer, and we are going to get it. To talk about this a little bit, I think you need to be a little bit more cautious of some of those entry angles. You got to make sure that when they're going to push down the extremities or through mid, that you've got some counter plays available early. You got to adjust to the pace a little bit here. Because I think part of the problem, if you actually go back and watch the last time Liquid played Breeze, they were actually a little slow. Like, they would take their time, especially in the first half on their defender side against Vitality. So I think maybe T1 expecting that you might get some of that same defaulting where they're just going to spread the map, you know, like one player up mid-nest, 2 players B site, 2 players A site, but they're throwing some trickery already. You need to make some adjustments quick.
We'll see what things look like here, but as you can see, the weapons at the moment for T1, not going to look to force up for anything too significantly. Could have the knives come in for Buzz. Showing that full armor for the moment. Looks like Stacks, decent amount of cash, might be playing around with the idea of a hero rifle. See what they land on as we get ready to go back into the action, but this could be a very big turning point here for Team Liquid. I mean, you mentioned the Vitality series. We were looking so incredibly good, but then started opening the door a little bit, and Vitality nearly had squeezed their way back through to push that map to an overtime. They cannot afford to have that happen here. Ask any of the teams at these events, and they'll tell you that opening series is so damn important. It gives you so much relief knowing that you have that extra little bit of safety net beneath your feet.
Yeah, and the confidence to just come in, get a good start. You know, for T1 as well, they haven't played a team that plays Neon on this map, so that's something they're going to be adjusting to. Most teams in Pacific favoring the Jet. So actually, you know, this might just be also a tempo, a getting used to the pace. Here we go, Buzz knives out.
Meteor gets himself on the board, solid kill on the Nats. Buzz trying to go for the entry. Little reposition. Camo gets himself back orange. As the smokes bloom, he'll swing around, does end up getting tagged by that drone. So for now, T1 have the site open enough to get a plant going. Still that Hunter's Fury in the back pocket. Surely Stax remembers how to use it. As Izu, yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real guy. Finally finds the kill. Stax whittled away at down the 20. Meteor now going to be taken out of the equation. Thrifty, the odds of closing this one out starting to dwindle for T1. The 3v4 in this post plant. The stun coming through, but Buzz with the knives is able to find himself a second kill. Updraft looking for it, dashes away. The chase coming in though, and Miniboo hounds him down. Munchkin now last one standing to try to make a go of this. The 1v2, a Sheriff in hand. Snakebite delays. Wayne now getting onto the spike, trying to hold it up to half. The swing coming in, and Munchkin just cannot align it. Miniboo, another big multi-frag round for him. Collects the defuse, will be 2 charges away from the overdrive. And Liquid now have a 3-round lead.
Yeah, you can already see this Neon is giving T1 fits. Decent knives from Buzz, but Miniboo all over the place. So hard to read what he's doing. A nice setup there with the util for him too. And then just doing a little bit of blocking for the diffuser. Wayne sticks it, has the smoke advantage as well. So difficult for Munchkin in that position. Not a bad idea there mostly, but somehow Camo able to slip the net past the eyes of, if it was Buzz or whoever's supposed to be watching that angle at that point. Great timing.
Now you have an operator online. First round for that, so a bit of a change up and something that they're gonna have to be concerned about. But for now, Nats holding the sword, turns the pop flash, and mows them all down! Holds the door, gets himself 3, and T1. They are stuck up creek without a paddle. As Miniboo on the prow, swinging around from behind, looking for the kill, and Stax will be able to shut him down. How are you meant to get your way back into a winning position? You are not, unless Stax pulls another ace out of his rear. He'll just be good for another kill. And Team Liquid now get up to 6.
It's only a matter of time with Nats before he shows up in one of those tricky positions where you least expect him. And he once again tucks in right outside of the smoke, and nobody checks it. Oh boy. You throw in the Cosmic Divide there too. That makes that much worse.
Not to be.
Love to see an opportunity for Stax to use his ult, but he actually just hasn't really
so
had
far,
one.
yeah.
No. to you know, give him the benefit of the doubt there.
But the joke will continue.
It will. And, you know, I'm sure it makes Sliggy smile.
A pain smile, perhaps, but drone forward, Stax spotting out Miniboo. Doesn't get the tag, though, so these players in Elbow not really able to play off this, and now they have a drone going their way that they have to be concerned about. Izu trying to clear it. Miniboo.
Oh.
I don't think he had information on Buzz, but he just gets a turn fast enough. Overdrive into the zap down. Izu gone. That's both duelists now dead. T1 are struggling. Melee bolt lobbed in. Stax on the swing. Will be able to find that kill at range with the stinger, but Purpo lurks forward, gets himself underneath the pillar in mid. Meteor gets caught completely off guard. It leaves now just Stax and Munchkin. Latter, which has not gotten themselves on the board yet in this map, will do so now. Taking down Nats for his first kill. 2v3 suddenly starts becoming a little bit more possible, and they're going to be committing the pit into this one as well. Not the greatest weapon for the Viper, though, as he's going to look maybe for a timing here. Paranoid up into the corner, just tucked away. The push is coming through, trying to play it patiently. And my God, Munchkin finds one, tucks out immediately, but wasn't able to find a second kill. But now they have to go hunting. They have to try to clear him out. Flash, he just fully eats this thing. It takes a little while, but Camo eventually is able to find it. Does he have the shock dart set up? Knows that he needs to try to isolate this. Will just go in for it, but it's already held up to half. Cannot find him with the second, cannot get him with the third. Stax has his work cut out for him now, trying to isolate, gets the diffuser, but cannot get them the round win. Close but no cigar. Team Liquid lock up a lead at the half.
That's a painful one. T1 is going to invest a couple big ultimates into that odd man situation to try to make a go of it. They almost get it done. Munchkin maybe a little too patient. So Buzz shoots at him, and Mini Boo just turns on a dime and takes him out. He is absolutely feeling it. Just great cover here. That's a toughie for Stacks. Could have tried to bounce the shock darts there off the wall.
I thought that was going to be the setup, but
yeah.
Goes in for the Hunter's Fury and only finds the one tag. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit too late. Maybe some miscommunication and apprehension about whether or not they wanted to try to invest that second ultimate in. They do, and they pay the iron price for it.
Like this from T1, taking your space quickly. At least get into the post plant. Still got to worry about that op though. Mini Boo. Great angles to use.
Oh, and Izu's just dead right there, center pyramids. Solid cleanup, looking for another, and sees Buzz, but Buzz punching back just a little bit faster. Finds the headshot, so up on the floor. Drone will get the spot, he repositions. Sliding away, but maybe a little bit closer than he could anticipate, but yep, the flash in, plays it in beautifully. So Munchkin's able to find one Meteor now, gonna be taken down. Munchkin gone, and just Stacks once again, asked to be the hero. A 1v3, and Camo's got him dead to rights. Clean shot. As I'm not sure why the pit is blooming, but Team Liquid get the round win. Maybe a bit of a Lakia moment. Still 2 more rounds to be played out here, Nats.
You know, Nats, you had that one TP incident last year as well. But it's okay. I mean, Team Liquid is just frying right now. I mean, the way that they're being diligent about going through, clearing every angle, making sure that T1 is kind of off balance, trying to cover the space that they're losing to these kills, to these trades. And it's just phenomenal stuff from Liquid.
Maybe we'll hear the comms, and Nats just like, you know, I don't even need this. Here you go. I'll give you a freebie. See if you can still try to win a round.
I don't think Nats is that generous. But maybe.
He is that ruthless. Once again, fadeaway coming through. Mini Boo looking to try to pre-fire the smoke. Look at the dart. It's going to be Wayne holding close, able to find the kill on a Buzz, but Munchkin with that Guardian in hand, storming forward, is able to find 2, and Stacks gets a piece of the pie as Purple will be taken down. 4-2. Asha plenty. Do they try to make a go of this? They just back away. You do have Izu and Stacks who are critically close to getting those ultimates back online. So they are going to try to play this one forward, and Meteor going to be taken down. Camo able to just get a quick turn, and Izu will get out of dodge. It's Camo walking through the wall. Just 6 HP to try to be the difference maker, but Stacks will just pop up and say, how do you do? Cleans up the kill, and T1 will now break the win streak of Team Liquid, but the best they can hope for is an 8-4 half.
And this is kind of what I was starting to think in the back of my head is just turn up the tempo yourselves, T1. What you've been trying hasn't been working, so just make it scrappy. You know, you're a Pacific team. That's what we do in Pacific. It's scrap. It's just everybody just throwing what they've got and just trying to out-tempo your opponents. And Munchkin, one of the best with the Guardian, finds 2 big ones there on the entry to really break that one open. T1.
Look at this push. 4 players at the mid doors as Camo goes sprinting out once again, immediately investing this ultimate, trying to see what info he can gather. And now Munchkin is under fire and taken down. Not gonna find that much damage on the Mini Boo. As T1 now completely surrounded on all fronts. Main position will be abandoned, but they don't know that, so have to be wary about it. As the swing comes in, Camo immediately has the shutdown. Gorgeous shot from him. Stacks opening up with the Hunter's Fury, able to find Purple, looking for a little bit more, but Camo is still taken. Named Meteor, eliminated Buzz now. Here with his long-term teammate, trying to be the difference makers. As they get one apiece, the knives come out, but it doesn't matter. Stacks, another massive round for him. Locks up the 4th and final round in T1's favor.
That's a big hold for those 2 players because Team Liquid out-macroed the hell out of them on that round. They used their drift to set up that crossfire to take out Munchkin. Then Izu drifts on the back of sight, doesn't see a damn thing, and that makes it easier for Camo because he gets Izu on the drop. He's not ready for it, but a decent little end there for T1.
It's been a wild half already, so we need a quick little break. We'll see you guys after the halftime.
Red Bull gives you wings. Hack your first shave.
Life is filled with rewarding stages. Now, your banking is too. The new CIBC Smart Account with tiered rewards. CIBC, ambitions made real.
It's all the time. We put in hundreds of thousands of hours to respond in split seconds. It's where and when. It's every time. It's all the time. It's our time. A message from the Government of Canada.
Back and about to go into the second half of Breeze, our opening map in the second series of the day. And right now, Team Liquid, a healthy lead. 8-4 over T1 after some insane back and forth across the opening 4 rounds. T1 barely able to scrape together those final 2.
Yeah, now you got to be kind of wondering if that was enough, and it doesn't get any easier.
I can tell you what isn't enough right now is
yeah.
the impact that we're seeing from Meteor.
Right.
1-11-1. This is completely unorthodox for a player of his caliber. 2-time trophy winner, an MVP in one of those tournaments. Right now, we are not seeing the steady impact from him. Perhaps we'll see some more of it from this Astra on the defender side of the map. It does feel like if T1 want to wait back into this, they need Meteor to start stepping up. Because I'm a Stacks believer, but seeing Stacks at the top of the standings is certainly not a great indicator.
It's not for T1, no. You don't want to see Stacks there. You want to see Izu, Meteor, those two in particular. Going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Quick entry here for Miniboo. Slide across.
For a catch, and Izu will be able to outdo him in the end. Meteor, clean tap. That's exactly what we're talking about. He's going to be looking for some more, but Buzz will take it away.
Spike down A.
This is great for T1. Just winning some big battles. Meteor so clean on that first shot. Nats' turn up to bat.
Spike still out in the open. Meteor shifting over, getting tucked away into that cubby. Stacks ready to counter swing. Purple catching a glimpse, seeing the enemy jet. The scale 4 comes in, and Nats cannot get the flick across, so a flawless pistol for T1 to try to jumpstart the engine. Feels much needed for them, but is there just going to be some more thrifty shenanigans?
I think if anybody can do it, it's Team Liquid, that's for sure. It's going to be interesting what T1 wants to go for. A couple this can't be all they're going for. 3 sheriffs and 2 marshals? Surely not.
This is paltry.
It is.
A very light buy.
Extremely. Especially on this map, you know, you've got such long ranges to work with. Okay, sure, why not, Munchkin?
Finds one. Needs a lot more of it, though, and we'll be able to fish for a little bit of damage on a Miniboo. Spike planted for Team Liquid, however. Like to try to clear things out around the back, and Izu has that Marshall in hand, puts it to use as Nats gets taken down. Double stack within the smoke. Now gonna be taken out, and Munchkin, what in the hell? Fastest hand in the West. Just suddenly massacres 3 players. And it's gonna be a flawless follow-up to a flawless pistol. And T1 are now 2 rounds away.
Oh, and they're just swimming in cash. Thanks to the gunslinger here.
Oh my.
Woo!
That looks like a gameplay trailer moment.
Oh boy. And that's just crazy, the bonus that you're going to be able to bring. So you're basically buying into this bonus now. A Bulldog for Stacks, everybody else. Guns, even full armor for Munchkin after that big round. So this gets interesting for Team Liquid.
Looking for the entry, fast lane, set up, Miniboo. Sliding his way in, but Stacks finding a timing, peeks out of the smoke, is able to find one. Izu at the same time taking down Wayne, but not before Buzz gets eliminated. Fish a little bit harder, eventually are rewarded. The Sova now gone. as Isu had control of A main, but actually just TPs back across, and now he's quite far away. Meanwhile, Meteor is trying to flush Nats out of this position, and he cannot. Holds the bridge, drops down, challenges out towards Sands. Isu will be able to take him out, so a 2v2. T1, they still have to clear a multitude of angles to try to figure out where these remaining players are.
Not much time to work with.
No, it's getting away from them here a bit. Munchkin, the dodge out on the relay bolt, but the time seems like it's already going to be gone, and there's the kills coming through. So Team Liquid able to deny the bonus conversion. Does end up costing them a couple players.
Yeah, and so the money going to be a little bit weak, but you're going to have enough here to get that outlaw for Nats. And he knows that he's going to be afforded opportunities based on the economy of T1 to find some players that are going to have half armors, most likely. And as we can see, it's going to be 3 out of 5 for T1 that are going to be vulnerable to the one-tap body shot from Nats. Of course, everybody remembers what he did in overtime with it on Abyss, but a little bit of a different scenario here, of course. They're holding back. They're expecting aggression out of T1, but kind of just trying to read into Munchkin's mind, which not the easiest to do for sure, but you do have a little bit of a push out, some space gained in mid for Izu, but otherwise, just Munchkin holding close. Right at the front of B. Stack's gonna clear A main, gonna see nothing. This is a little bit difficult. Okay, so now you know the Outlaw's there. And as Stax, he's okay with that. He can challenge that with his full armor. Meteor cannot. Now they're gonna go that way. Maybe the game plan here is challenge Stax instead of Boaster for this one. We'll see.
Meteor just pulling back away. TP forward from Camo. Quick spot out. Nibu fearlessly charging forward, taking this space. At backside, Pop Flash going to be sent down. The drag across is going to be found. Izu and Meteor both fall. Stack's just slowly creeping out towards safety. Call to save may very well have already been made, but they're not going to be able to retain too much of anything as Buzz joins him 6 feet under. Just Munchkin, maybe to try to go for some exits if he wants to hold on to the judge. Get tucked away alongside the doors. See if anyone falls for the trap, but it seems like the answer is going to be no. The Team Liquid, 4 players still alive, moving up to double digits.
This one is a bit of a head scratcher here for T1. Again, all really grouped up there behind the box at A. I think that's not a position you want to get stuck in, especially against the Neon. You got to give the Neon a little bit of space to get the trades. Don't want to let it just slide right by you. You know there's going to be another player coming in behind, or from another angle from Camo. And Munchkin took forever to start making his move on the other side of the map. He was waiting in that door for quite a while after that execute began. Just never really found his groove, I guess, but he's going to have a rifle. Buzz is not going to be able to buy anything here.
He's going to be the lone defender. Gives himself the best weapon to try to make a go of it. Well, won't get a clean tap. Wayne taken down. Now just sliding back, quickly repositioning. As Hoppo trying to find the kill, but Munchkin does manage to persevere. Narrowly at that, but 36 health remaining. Keeps himself alive. There's no real safety to try to push out and get those weapons. So for now, T1 still are operating with very weak weaponry.
And that's
Izu's been spotted now.
Oh.
Has to jump out.
Nats has to clear this space to make sure that T1 cannot get these guns.
Scale forward, Mini-Boo trying to find it. He'll be able to clean it up. Naps with that outlaw. Aligns the shot onto Stax. Meteor looking for the catch. Gets a couple tags, but just cannot confirm it. Camo still standing. Now a player advantage in the hands of Team Liquid. Sprinting towards this A side of the map, which just Buzz, just with a classic.
Camo has been incredible. He is so comfortable on that Yoru. See it all throughout kickoff in EMEA. Him and Martine, so strong on this agent. Let's see if Buzz can do any more damage, but he seems very concerned about a lurk of some kind. You're always wondering in the back of your mind, where is Nats? But he's He's on site. This should just come down to what kind of damage can T1 do, I suppose.
I think you're gonna be finding too much. It's Munch getting sniped out of the sky. And a sheriff in hand. Will Buzz even be able to find a target? Camo would get taken down to one shot. He's dialed in on this angle, however, has that Vandal. But never mind, TP's over to back site, so not going to be giving him the opportunity, it would seem. Speed Buzz for a peek and a death into the spike as he tries to find Miniboo, but it's just a bit too elusive. Team Liquid continuing upward. 5-round stretch lead, just 2 away from closing out their pick of breeze.
It just looks so comfortable. The way that they can just take space, they can play for the trades. Miniboo there just pushing up mid. Nat's going to reclear. Stack's starting to think, okay, maybe I can go for one of these guns. Maybe they're going to go the other way, or I can have a moment after Izu gets killed. It's just not going their way. So now as T1, you're going to take a timeout to consider what you can do to slow this momentum down from Team Liquid. And I mean, in some ways, you either got to start thinking, you know, play for retake. You are going to be having the money there with Buzz only going for the classic to get into the operator. So that's another potential, you know, boon you're going to have behind you. But I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. It feels like right now it's just Liquid can just run at you. So you got to give them that space almost and try something a little bit different. Try to set up for some early lurks or flanks if you can.
And I mean, again, going back to the win condition here for T1, it's Meteor not finding that stride still. Has only added 2 kills since the half. Yeah, very unorthodox, very bizarre to see. Needs to find a step up off the back of this timeout if they want to try to take this breeze away from Liquid.
Yeah, when you've got the double duelist just frying like Team Liquids are, it's so hard to stop that in this meta.
9 for Camo.
Yeah, in this meta, that's exactly what you want as Liquid. They're gonna give it another, I mean, they're just probably just gonna slam into A here. Buzz has got the op, I mean, he's gonna have to get out fast.
Waiting for timing. Going for the peak. Goes in a little bit deeper, sends out the shot, but it's gonna go wide. Now he's getting chased down. His little movement skirts out towards safety, but is tagged up to all hell. 11 HP remaining. Now Meteor on an island, isolated and picked apart. Wayne able to find that kill. An explosion, death comes in, Purple able to find Buzz. Miniboo takes down Stacks. And it is just Munchkin still sprinting over to try to do anything. He'll clean up one, he'll get the enemy IGL, but he is not getting this round. Miniboo happily takes the off, and he will put them down with it. 12-6, Team Liquid. Looking alive and well, looking well refreshed here at Master Santiago.
Yeah, and it's Miniboo. It's this Neon that is the difference maker, for sure. You've never seen much from T1 in terms of being able to slow it down, being able to stop it, something they struggled against Nongshim with in Pacific. And Miniboo is also just an absolute menace on this agent. He is just breaking ankles, and T1 can't keep up with the pace, can't keep up with the speed. And it's an accoutrement of weapons, and of course Nats wants to grab the Outlaw.
Everybody vulnerable to it. Is Isu the first to fall? Purple collecting that kill. The scouting continues, Shorty in hand. Meteor is tucked here within the smoke, is looking for the kill. Will be able to find the one, but cannot get any follow-ups. Nats flushes him out with the Shorty. 3v3 as the dust settles and the spike gets planted. Wayne finds a headshot, falls low on HP, but still gets the better of Buzz. Tag reveals the reposition, he drops down. Now he's gonna be sending out the ult. Munchkin able to find the one, Stacks through the kill on the Purple, and it seems like maybe yet still some fight here for T1, but Wayne, can he make it happen? Just enough around the corner to not be able to get the shots through. Stacks will continue to excel for T1. They will keep this map going at least for another round.
Still doesn't feel comfortable for T1. This time, you know, a few kind of cheeky positions taken. hidden behind the smoke. That's just running with the shorty at him. I absolutely love it, but you know, Meteor at least able to get one kill in there to slow things down, but this A site has been absolutely brutalized. Meteor in particular has been dissected, not something you would expect.
Oh, he's, I mean, gone beyond pie at this point.
Yep, it's not great. It's gonna be potentially difficult if you get into the post plan here with Nats having the pit too, and it's just Munchkin alone.
Once again, the try to delay, pushing forward, getting spotted, and Nats is the one to collect his head. Izu here, looking to try this back, and what a flick to find Miniboo. Hunter's Fury able to find Nats at the same time, at Purpo still here, still fighting. Tries to keep them in this to bring this map to an end, but as the smoke dissipates, Buzz will be able to collect it. Now it's all on Camo, 40 HP, and a dream that he will have to carry over into the next round. What a play from Izu to find those 2 kills. T1 trying to march their way into an overtime, but it's still 4 rounds away.
He's just gonna swing out a little bit, and it's the transfer there, the flick onto Miniboo.
I mean, he might be the best transfer shooter in the world.
Yes. No, just think about some of those moments that he's had, especially on Abyss, man, but that was a map saver right there, and it's gonna force a second timeout, or first timeout, excuse me, out of Liquid.
Yep. Never felt the need to pull the trigger on a timeout, despite that early back and forth. Plenty of trust there, deservedly, from the coaching staff, but now T1 starting to nip at their heels. Money starting to get whittled away at for Team Liquid. They want to just bring this one to a close, because as I mentioned before, that Vitality series, that run back, that how Vitality got so very close after, what, a 9-3 half, something to that effect? Maybe 12-3 scoreline at one point, if memory does serve. It ended up getting very neck and neck, so they want to try to just go ahead and seal the deal.
Yeah, and I think now you could start trying some different stuff as Team Liquid, because, you know, you've just been able to deathball at T1 and run them over for so many rounds, 4 rounds in a row, and finally T1 is able to, you know, get some of those site anchors into positions where they can at least get the kills, you know, get traded out before they get taken down. Don't give Team Liquid those numbers advantages, and then it's quick rotates as well from the rest of T1 to get there into position to disrupt the plant from Team Liquid. So now I wouldn't mind seeing you spread the map a little bit. Try to set up Nats for some lurks. Try to work some space. See if you can find a freebie opener and then change directions or something like that. Keep T1 off balance.
Seems like they're just going to go for maybe some pace here. 4 players, Nats alone in mid. Fight going to be lobbed in. Just double walk from the duelist of T1 over towards Elbow. Miniboo again, just disrespecting this util at the front. Oh, yeah, caught a glimpse, finally registered it. Now he's looking for the kill. Gets the headshot through the wall. Munchkin, still somehow alive, manages to fight back for a kill on a camo. Push out of the smoke, Bud's gonna be taken down. Izu only able to find the one, and now it's player disadvantage as stacks will fall. Nats on that late lurk, catches him off guard, and Meteor would basically need to double his kill score to keep them going. The spot him to 1. A clip onto Wayne's head, a pounce of the poison orb that didn't go exactly where he wanted, but it's going to be a pit to bloom forward. Ring around the rosy, catching a glimpse, but opening up with the shots, and now he gives away his position, and Wayne is encroaching. The kill is found, the map now finished. Team Liquid taking down T1 here, 13-8 on Breeze.
Yeah, this neon aggressive style for Team Liquid continues to find success, continues to pay dividends. Miniboo had a stellar map, 20 and 15 there, but breaking ankles, creating space, giving problems for T1.
A massive win here for Liquid, but can they close it? We got T1's pick of split coming up next, so don't go anywhere.
The human body was built to move.